Germany is full of surprises. Some places feel like they were pulled straight out of a storybook. Others make you question if you're even still in Europe. Between the busy cities and quiet towns, there are spots that leave you wondering why more people don't talk about them. This video brings together 12 of the most shocking, strange, or just plain beautiful places in Germany. Some are hidden in plain sight. Others are tucked far away where few ever go. You'll see towering castles that don't seem real, villages that sit peacefully by a lake, and roads that appear to hang in the sky. There are giant buildings with centuries of history, mixed with neighborhoods full of modern life. And just when you think you've seen it all, another surprise appears. These places are not only real, they're open to anyone with a little curiosity and the time to look. Whether you love old towns, modern cities, or something that doesn't fit into any box, there's something in here that might just stick in your mind for a long time. Let's go through all 12 mind-blowing places in Germany you won't believe exist. You might end up seeing Germany in a whole new way. Seen places that don't look real? Hit subscribe. There's more where that came from. Number 1. Marienplatz Town Hall and Frauenkirche. Right in the heart of Munich, Marienplatz feels like the past never left. It's busy, loud, and full of life. But look up, and it's like stepping into another time. The new town hall, with its tall tower and endless details, grabs your attention right away. It's not just a building, it almost looks like something out of a movie, with statues, arches, and carvings that go on and on. But there's more. Just a short walk from it stands the Frauenkirche. Its two domed towers rise high above the city, easy to spot from almost anywhere. The inside is quiet, calm, and full of soft light. Even if you don't follow religion, this place has a strange way of making you stop and look around. What makes this area special isn't just the buildings, it's how everything around them feels alive. Street musicians play, food stalls sell local snacks, and locals move through the square like they've done it 1,000 times. Number 2. Berlin. Berlin isn't quiet, and it definitely isn't boring. This city moves fast, talks loud, and always seems to be changing. It's full of history, but it doesn't live in the past. Every street seems to carry a piece of a different story, some heavy, some full of life. But Berlin isn't just serious. It's full of parks, riverside walks, late-night food stands, and people from everywhere. The city feels open. You can dress how you want, speak your language, and still feel like you belong. One of the most surprising things? The quiet places hidden between the noise. Tiny cafes with only a few tables. Calm courtyards tucked behind huge buildings. Old bookstores. You have to look for them, but they're there. Number 3. Munich. Most people think of beer gardens and Oktoberfest when they hear Munich. But the city has so much more going on than that. Munich feels clean, classy, and just a little bit proud. And honestly, it has every reason to be. You'll notice how the old and new mix here. Streets are lined with historic buildings, yet there are modern cars, art galleries, and tech companies just around the corner. Everything feels balanced. It's like the city knows exactly who it is. And when the sun sets, the city lights up in a calm, golden way. The buildings don't just glow, they shine with history and pride. What's mind-blowing about Munich isn't just how beautiful it is, It's how it manages to feel alive without being too loud, peaceful without being boring, and proud without showing off. It's a place that surprises you the longer you stay. Number 4. Altenahr Valley. The Altenahr Valley looks like it came from another time. Winding roads, steep hills covered in vineyards, and a peaceful river below. It's the kind of place that slows everything down. Tucked away in western Germany, this valley is not as well known as it should be, and that's part of what makes it so special. Tiny villages are spread throughout the hills, with stone houses, narrow streets, and family-run inns. You won't find big hotels or loud crowds here. Instead, you get old-world charm and fresh air. The Ahr River runs through the valley, calm and clear, perfect for slow walks along its banks. What makes this place really stand out is the view from above. Hike up to the old castle ruins, and you'll see the valley stretch out like a green ribbon, wrapped in quiet beauty. It's peaceful, but never dull. During autumn, the vineyards turn shades of red, orange, and gold. It's almost unreal. Number 5. Hamburg. Hamburg feels like a city that lives both on land and water. With its massive harbor and endless canals, it almost acts more like a sea town than a city. But make no mistake, Hamburg is huge, modern, and full of energy. The port is one of the biggest in Europe. Massive ships come and go every day, and the whole area feels alive with movement. But go a little deeper, and you'll find something unexpected. Calm lakes, quiet neighborhoods, and streets lined with trees. One of the most surprising things here is the Speicherstadt. This is the world's largest warehouse district, built on timber pile foundations, and it's a maze of old red brick buildings surrounded by water. At night, the lights reflect off the canals in a way that feels almost magical. But there's also a softer side. The Ulster Lakes in the middle of the city offer peaceful views and slow boat rides. Locals come here to jog, picnic, or just take a break from city life. Number 6. Brandenburg Gate. The Brandenburg Gate is more than just a symbol, it's a survivor. Standing in the middle of Berlin, this huge stone gate has seen more history than almost any other place in Germany. Wars, peace, division, and unity. It has stood through it all. What strikes people first is how massive it is. The tall columns, the grand design, and the statue of the chariot on top. It all comes together to create something that feels important, even if you don't know the full story. Built in the late 1700s, the gate was once a sign of peace. Later, it became something more. When Berlin was divided during the Cold War, the Brandenburg Gate stood between East and West, locked behind a wall that no one could cross. For years, it was stuck in a kind of silence. But when the wall finally fell in 1989, this gate became the background for one of the most powerful moments in modern history. People ran toward it. They cheered, cried, and hugged strangers. The gate turned from a barrier into a bridge. Number 7. Highway bridge over the Kiel Canal. This might sound strange, but one of the most surprising sights in Germany is a bridge. Not just any bridge, though. The highway bridge over the Kiel Canal is something that almost doesn't make sense at first glance. It feels like a road hanging in the sky, stretching across a massive shipping canal, with ships passing quietly underneath, while cars rush over the top. The Kiel Canal itself connects the North Sea to the Baltic Sea. It's one of the busiest artificial waterways in the world, but you wouldn't think that just by looking at it. It's wide, calm, and lined with green on both sides. And then, out of nowhere, this enormous bridge cuts across the sky. Standing near it, you get a strange feeling. Everything seems to move, cars above, ships below. But the bridge just stands still, massive and solid. The size of it, the height, and the clean lines of the structure make it feel almost unreal. Number 8. Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein Castle doesn't look real. It's perched high up on a rugged hill in Bavaria, surrounded by trees and mountains. With its white towers and pointed roofs, it looks more like a movie set than a real building. But it's very real, and even more impressive in person. Built in the 1800s by King Ludwig II, the castle was meant to be a quiet place, far from the pressures of royal life. He was a king who wanted beauty, art, and silence, not war or politics. So he built this dreamlike castle, full of paintings, golden halls, and detailed designs. It was never finished, and Ludwig only lived in it for a short time before his mysterious death. The views from the castle are also hard to forget. Lakes, forests, and snow-covered peaks stretch out in every direction. And if you take the short hike to the nearby Marienbrücke, Mary's Bridge, you'll get the perfect view of the whole castle standing tall over the valley. Number 9. Nedlitz Village. Nedlitz is the kind of place most people miss. It's small, quiet, and hidden in Saxony-Anhalt, not far from the city of Magdeburg. But if you're looking for a place that feels untouched by time, this village is something special. You won't find flashy tourist signs or big attractions here. Instead, you get cobblestone streets, red-roofed houses, and fields that seem to stretch forever. The silence is almost loud. In a world full of noise, Nedlitz is a pause button. The most surprising thing about the village is its history. Even though it looks peaceful, it has stories going back hundreds of years. Old churches, traditional houses, and local traditions still shape daily life here. Number 10. Stunning medieval castle. Germany is full of castles, but some go unnoticed, even when they look like something from a legend. Tucked away in the hills, you'll find a medieval fortress that hasn't lost its edge. Thick stone walls, tall towers, narrow stairways. It's like walking through the past with no signs of modern life in sight. What makes this castle stand out is how untouched it feels. No shiny renovations or tourist traps, just raw history. It's quiet, a little cold, and strangely powerful. From the top, the view stretches over dark forests and winding rivers, as if time stopped somewhere down below. And if you walk through the halls alone, it's easy to feel like you're not alone at all. Number 11. Meersburg Village on Lake Constance. Right by Lake Constance sits Meersburg, a village that looks like it was painted by hand. It's colorful, peaceful, and full of life without being loud. Small shops, old inns, and wooden balconies filled with flowers give the town a storybook charm. But the real magic comes from the lake. The water is clear and still, and boats come and go like part of a slow dance. Above the village, the old Meersburg Castle stands watch, adding just the right amount of drama to the soft beauty below. This is the kind of place that doesn't need much. Just being there is enough. Number 12. Cologne. Cologne is one of those cities where the old and the new don't fight. They work together. The Cologne Cathedral dominates the skyline, with twin towers that rise higher than you'd think possible. It's one of the tallest churches in the world, and up close, every inch is filled with detail. But just steps away, you'll find modern life in full swing. Cafes, music, street art, and laughter fill the streets. The city isn't trying to impress, it just does. It's bold, honest, and always full of energy. Cologne doesn't ask for attention, it already has it. Germany is full of those places. The kind you remember not because they were loud, but because they felt different. Real. If even one spot from this list made you stop and think, then the journey was worth it. There's so much more out there. Hidden villages, forgotten castles, cities with stories built into every wall. If you're into places that stay with you long after the screen fades to black, stick around. Like the video, subscribe, and come back when you're ready for the next surprise. Thanks for being here.